Right, if I was Chief Commissioner Gallijess for the day, this is what, the Victorian Police would be like, be like. Right, hey, you guys, what are you all doing here? Listen here, I've got you all lined up for a reason, you corrupted cops. Sergeant Borsinos, I'll start with you, you corrupt cop. What's this with Mr. Galluccio? What is this? Deemed as family violence, but his sister saying there's no violence, you corrupt, dirty, corrupted cop.
Honourable police members Barrett and Saboteur attended your address. The address of your mother in response to your call.
Yep.
The members investigated the incident by speaking to all parties.
Yep.
Based on the information supplied by those involved, the matter was deemed to be a family violence matter, with your sister and mother expressing fear of your behaviour and their safety.
I want to know why, you corrupt cop. Are you being a corrupt cop? Huh? The Victorian Police is about honesty, integrity. This isn't not honesty. You lied on this professional standards report.
Could you raise the Bible, please? And repeat after me. I swear by Almighty God.
I swear by Almighty God
That the evidence I shall give.
that the evidence I shall give
Will be the truth.
will be the truth,
The whole truth.
the whole truth,
And nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
You can replace.
Would you state your full name for the court?
Angelina Gallucci.
You've been asked to come here today as police are applying for an ID intervention order on behalf of your mother, I believe. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yet my sister turned around and said that there was no threats, that I never ever would be violent towards my mother or ever hurt her.
And has he ever threatened violence towards your mother that you've seen?
Wouldn't say violence, no. It's, no, not violence. Wouldn't say violence, no. It's, no, not violence.
Hey, why did you lie, you corrupt cop? Is there any reason why you're being a corrupt cop? A corrupt cop is a dishonest cop. We need to set examples, Sergeant Borsinos, to the Victorian Police. We want the community to say, wow, the police are about honesty, integrity. They really stand by their words. The confession was made by Senior Constable Kylie Barrett, that she basically drafted this narrative based on her own version, not on the version of the information that was provided by my sister, that I would not harm my mother.
He wouldn't touch her. I know that. He would never do that to his own mum. He would never touch her.
Yeah, he never would, I think.
He would never touch her.
Yeah. So no.
Alright, so, Senior Constable?
Yes, it's specifically to do with you.
Yeah.
Not
No. What I'm saying is address me with respect. Do you seek to persist with the question?
Oh, yes, I do, Your Honour.
Alright, and then how do you say it's permissible?
It's in relation to the respondent's propensity towards violence.
Well,
and
not specific. This witness, and I think there's a point that it does close the issue, is that I know he'd never touch her. That's the witness's evidence.
You corrupt cop. I want to know why, you corrupt cop. Are you being a corrupted cop? And then she said, don't blame me. In other words, she's referring to blame Sergeant Borsinos. He's the one that's identifying that there was deemed as family violence in the recorded conversation.
I've always said to Mum, I will not stop him. If you want to see your son, it's up to her. I will not intervene. I will not get involved. I'm happy for it, but I don't want to know. But it's up to her if she wants to see him. Go for it. I've never stopped him. I've never stopped my mother. That's what he thinks I'm doing, which I am not a horrible sister.
And you've got.
And if Mum agrees, fine. And if my mother agrees, I never stopped my mother, and I never told her, no, don't come in, don't let him in the house. I'm not a horrible person that he makes out to be. I'm not a horrible person.
And you said in the statement you made to police that Joe takes Peter out a lot. That's your younger brother who's got autism. And none of the family have got a problem with this. You said that in your statement, didn't you?
Neither have I.
No, because it's good for him to have a good relationship.
That's right.
with your
I
brother.
wouldn't stop Peter from doing that. Yeah, she was just afraid. She's afraid. She's afraid.
Of what?
Of her son.
Of her son doing what?
Well, who knows what he'll do?
with.
Well, you've given him evidence that you know he would never touch.
As you can see, Senior Sergeant Borsinos was the investigating officer appointed by professional standards.
An acting senior sergeant,
Yeah.
all right, and you do need to contact him in relation to the matter if you have any queries in relation to it. And his name, have you got a pen there? And I'll give you his name.
Yep. What is it?
John Brucinos, I think I'll spell it for you. B-O-U.
Yep.
B-O-U-R-S-I-N. O-S. He's from Heidelberg.
Yep.
And the file number, just so you know, so that you're clear, is 1836.
Yep.
2014, and it's in relation to an incident about your brother, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all that and the way the police conduct it. But how come I need a statement made by ethical stand? I want an officer
I'm
because...
not going to enter into it over that. All I can tell you is that this file has been assessed. It's gone to the acting senior sergeant, and he's the member that you will need to speak to in relation to any concerns about this matter.
Okay, I can understand, but can you just hear me out? The question here is, how does the officer investigate another officer in the same branch?
That's what happens, and that's what this file's been assessed. In the majority of incidences that we receive as complaints, they do go out to regions for investigation. They're overseen by us, but we don't investigate the majority. So that's common practice, and it's not unusual. And in this instance, that's how it's been assessed. So at the end of the day, if you're not satisfied with the result, you always have the option of contacting IBAC, as you know. But as I said to you, this is what's been decided in this instance, that it's appropriate for that to be happening.
Right, okay. Do you have the file that John Barassis has sent you where it states that the file has been completed?
What do you mean?
Well, you said that you read the file where it states it's been
Well, that's
completed.
because of something contained in his letter. So you can speak to him
So he's got a letter.
He says that it's been resolved by a sergeant, and if you want to get into that with
I can do that, yeah. No, not with you, yeah. I'll go speak with him.
Do you know a Sergeant Hutchinson?
Yeah, I know Sergeant Hutch. Apparently it's...
Not satisfied with what's been discussed with that sergeant, then I would suggest you contact the senior sergeant of the name I've just given.
I'll do that, but can you email me his letter of confirmation?
No, I'm not emailing you. You speak to the senior sergeant, and if you want a letter in relation to this matter, he will provide that for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Bye, Chap. Bye.
Specifically asked for me, sir?
Yeah, I've asked for you on grounds that ethical standards had informed me that you were basically the investigating officer of my case.
Which complaint?
The file number is 18362014.
Okay, I haven't got that file, unfortunately, Joe. What's the complaint about?
The actual that you've authorised or somehow have put a completion to the investigation that hasn't been finalised, and it was reported by IBAC Anti-Corruption, and then IBAC had appointed ethical standards to investigate it, but then I spoke to a Chapman, a Senior Constable Chapman. She informed that the file has been closed on grounds that you have basically authorised somehow have closed the file in case that's been completion.
Right, I have to put it on hold and go and do a couple of checks, and I'll get back to you, okay? Can you hold on?
To write false statements, false reports. I was arrested, detained, held in custody without my rights read. And I won the case. I haven't seen my mum for 7 years. G'day, my name's Gallijess. I'm reporting on corrupt cops here at Heidelberg Police Station. What are you looking at, you corrupt cop, Deputy Mark Gallijess?
Say the police are wrong, and they've admitted they're in the wrong. What happens then? If every police officer telling me you need to take it to the chief of police, the only reason why is because too many officers have been incriminated. It's not about integrity, is that true?
Joe, I've told you the matter has been investigated.
The matter hasn't been investigated.
The police is taking it no further.
Okay.
Don't talk to me like that, you corrupt cop. Mate, you're lucky that Donald Trump wasn't the Prime Minister, because you'll be fired, you corrupt cop. That's why you're still in the job, because you're a corrupt cop.
A corrupt deputy, Mark
Gallijess. Face to face with a corrupt cop. Well, if it ain't Chief Commissioner Graham Ashton, have a look at what's going on with your protrude, mate. What the hell do you think you're doing? You know anything about honesty? What's with this, Mr. Galluccio? He gave you documents, and what did you do about it? Nothing! You shoved them under the desk, you corrupt cop.
But you've admitted that the Chief of Police has seen these documents. These documents here.
The Chief Commissioner has seen every document.
Graham Ashton.
You should know better not to shove the files under the desk. You corrupt cop, Chief Graham Ashton. My God, I tell you what, mate, you're very lucky you're still the chief, mate. Man, have a look at this. Honesty is honesty, correct? So don't you think you should be able to now know the difference between the truth? Of course not, because you're a corrupt cop. And what are you looking at, Commander Dean Stevenson? What, you're using the code of silence? Is that it? Oh, the code of silence works great for you, doesn't it? You corrupt cop. You know, I need to know, okay, you wrote a false report.
I'm asking you, Deputy Mark Galli, have you investigated me and listened to my side of the story?
We have read all the information provided.
You've read, yes.
And on the basis of that, we are taking the matter no further.
So you're not taking the matter further, so you're stating that because I call Sergeant Bolsinos a dirty, corrupt cop.
What makes Sergeant Bolsinos a corrupt, crooked cop? John Bolsinos, corrupt sergeant. Crooked cop.
Who perverts the course of justice, doing no action.
By Professional Standards Command.
Okay.
And
yes.
they have found there is nothing there to substantiate the complaint.
Yes.
And therefore,
right.
They take it no further.
I haven't seen my mum for 7 years. He said based on the information that they received from my mother and sister, it was deemed family violence. You corrupt cop, Sergeant Bolsinos. You framed me. You set me up with a false IVO by not correcting the truth. You need to recount your statement, Sergeant Bolsinos, before my mother dies. May God forgive you, being a corrupt, dirty cop. Sergeant Bolsinos, shame on you. You identified that Mr. Galluccio that there was no offence committed by his sister, knowing that he basically used police witness in a court of law. Well, what kind of a corrupt cop are you to write that there has been no such thing as perjury? Of course it's perjury. Don't you know the difference? Oh, that's right, you don't, because you're a corrupt cop. Only a corrupt cop doesn't know the difference between honesty and integrity and leadership. What kind of leadership are you exempling? Have a look what's following behind you. Corrupt cops. Anyway, at the end of the day, we're going to make sure that Mr. Galluccio wants honesty. Give him honesty. If he wants integrity, give him integrity. And please show some leadership. All right, you corrupted cops. Case closed. A corrupt commander, Dean Stevenson.